I'm Sophia and I draw animals, and today is a day. I haven't been on my channel in like weeks, which is really sad because I enjoy this really a lot. Fighting demons, mayhaps, and they did not win. I have been drawing a little bit by myself on my lonesome without any social media presence, and I did finish the sketchbook. The sketchbook tour should be up by now, so please. But I'm just ready to kind of get back in the groove of things. It's October 1st, so I'm gonna do my first 7, hopefully in this night, but first 7 of my October art challenge prompts. I don't think that I'm doing Inktober this year just because none of the prompts are resonating with me at all. And it's just gonna be like too much thought. It's almost too vague to the point where I just freeze up and can't make a decision. So we're gonna do something like birdtober or like animaltober or giraffe-tober, where it's a little less vague, it's more themed, so I kind of have more ideas to bounce off of. And I am gonna be drawing ahead, so I'm not gonna do it to myself where I draw every single day, just because I don't think that that's gonna work for my schedule. Obviously I work outside of this. I'm a working girl, single mom who works 2 jobs, you know, so I just definitely want to make it easier on myself. And I tend to be kind of a sprinter when it comes to art. I'm not a marathon runner. I do not have a lot of endurance. I do not have a lot of long-term motivation. It tends to come in bouts, in spurts, so it's just better for me to try and do it all in one go for like little periods of time rather than try to commit to something every single day and then fail and then get anxious about failing. So we're just not even gonna let that happen, because I will get sad about it and I will get in my head about it, and I'm not trying to send myself into a spiral. I've had enough spirals this last couple weeks. We're gonna draw today. Don't know what, don't know how, but we're going to. I just want to say thank you. Oh, hello, I just kicked you. Now I can say I'm sorry, and also thank you for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. You're very cool and awesome. Last and final update before we get on to the actual drawing process. Since my little break, it's never on purpose, it's always an impromptu break, I've got 4 new piercings. My hair is long enough I can put it into pigtails, and I've gone to a concert, and I have I think that's about it. Let's move on. Wow, this is pretty. We're going to skip the first page just because I'm scared. Why the hell can't I get this off right now? Welcome back. It is voiceover time. I'm going straight in with my Ohuhu marker that I have here. I just chose a kind of more blue leaning gray. I wanted specifically a darker gray because I knew that I'd have a black ballpoint pen and that I would probably use some sort of white gel pen or the Artex marker that I wind up choosing as kind of a cleanup crew color in the event that I like mistakenly go over something with a dark color and it's supposed to be my lightest shade or white, which I did do in this bird. I didn't actually reference this woodpecker because I have drawn something like this in just like my other sketchbooks. I've seen the bird enough that I wanted to try doing it without a reference. The proportions are a little bit off, which bothered me, but considering that it was kind of a warm-up and I wasn't looking at it and it was just kind of doing this from memory, I don't think it was too bad. And it's okay because the first one was kind of bad, but I did like a good portion of the rest of the drawings on this page. But I did really want to mention how much I liked how this paper held the ink. It's very smooth. I really wish it wasn't like bleach white, like it's so white, but it holds the ink really, really well. Like it didn't even bleed through the back, and I was kind of heavily coloring. And I'm not gonna lie, my wrist was killing me over this ballpoint pen because I was going crazy back and forth with all of the shading. But I think it was worth it because that little extra layer of color underneath, I think just helped to deepen the color in the areas where it wasn't just grayish, it was actually my darkest color on the animal. Alright, I did the acorn woodpecker for my first day. I'm gonna use it as my favorite bird just because they are my spark bird. They're the ones that got me into really having a fondness for birds throughout my life. Proportions aren't great, but we're doing little pen sketches. I'm using this as my value thing, and I am gonna use my jelly roll and my Art X white pen just to mark out areas if I forget to leave them as white. So the next one is sparrow. I'm gonna do a white crowned sparrow because I have them in my bird feeders and they're so darn cute. They're so round. And then I think we're gonna continue on. Alright, so this time I go right in with ballpoint pen rather than laying down that kind of essentially a middle tone for shapes. And I think I liked this process a lot better, mostly because it let me make it prettier, because there is more wiggle room when you're using something that can go very light like a ballpoint pen. It can almost sketch like a pencil, and then you can deepen things up and clean up shapes afterwards. But I feel like something about this specific drawing, I really grasped the shape of the sparrow, and I feel like sometimes I get proportions wrong, and well, a good portion of the time I am fighting proportions. Like, I'm trying to get them right all the time, and I don't entirely win all the time. Sorry, the train is going by. But I don't know, I think I just locked in at this point, and the very like light shading I was doing on the wings and the face, I think really made the piece. And I kind of wish I would draw like this more often, but I feel like I tend to be a little too heavy-handed when I initially start using materials, and especially ballpoint pen, you have to be very, very light if you're using it as your sketching material. But immediately there is some insane improvement here, and I used very little alcohol marker afterwards. I use it just to deepen up those blackest parts of the bird, especially towards the face, because they have a very black and white crown and some darker feathers on the wings. But yeah, I like how this one turned out a lot. She's definitely a favorite. Next up, I'm drawing a lyrebird, and I'm sketching with the pen, but I am gonna go very heavy-handed with the marker because this is a darker bird. It's like a very dark brown, almost black. But lyrebirds, oh, I'm obsessed with them. I am a sucker for a mimic. I don't know why, but mimicry, it fascinates me. When it comes to like octopuses, like, or octopods or whatever they're supposed to be called, or like cuttlefish or even seahorses, but especially when it comes to vocal mimics. I think that is so cool. Low-key humans are vocal mimics, and I think that's kind of awesome. But lyrebirds specifically, super cool. Look up a video of them mimicking. It's kind of terrifying that they can mimic baby crying and like camera shutters and stuff like that, but it's so cool. And for this one, I got to be very flowy with my marker, and I wanted to be a little bit more blocky with the shapes. I know that the last bird I had drawn, the little sparrow, was much more detailed and much more realistic. This one came out more cartoony because of the way that I was coloring, but I didn't mind it too much. I think that getting in these very big shapes with the blunt marker, the very thick chisel tip, and was good, and then going over with the ballpoint pen, just doing a little scratchy coloring to add some depth but still keep texture and still keep some playfulness was the move. And also I kind of was tired of coloring so I got a little scratchier with it towards the end, but luckily I had made that the whole point of the drawing, so it didn't look out of place. I definitely want to draw these birds again, and I went over top with the chisel marker again just to deepen it up, but because ballpoint pen kind of sticks through, you can still see it, and it looks really cool. And next up, I drew Anna's hummingbird. I really like this bird. I kind of strayed from my guidelines a little bit. I have a bad habit of looking at the reference and starting to draw without actually looking at the paper. Apologies for the yawn. And for this one, I wanted it to be in motion, although there were a lot of references where the wings were like kind of in a still because it's a very good camera or whatever. I didn't want to draw the full wing and didn't think I had enough room, so I figured the motion wing would work. And in a way it did. I don't know if it comes across to everyone else, but in my head it looks kind of cool. It took a second for me to like it because I had to keep working it in order for it to come out the way that I thought was okay and acceptable, but either way, I think I wound up liking it. I do really like this bird. I actually have a couple at my bird feeders, and they love, well, one of them loves to just chirp 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 all day, all morning, all night. Well, not all night, but all day and all morning. He's definitely looking for a lady, and there was a lady who was interested in him, but I don't know if they actually hit it off or not. So hopefully I have hummingbird babies soon, hopefully, because I would very much appreciate that. Next up is the northern flicker. Oh, I love this bird. I love all the birds that I chose on this page, obviously. I like fucking birds, dude. I know it's like annoying to hear me say how much I love birds every single time, but I'm not gonna stop because I physically cannot stop myself. I love the northern flicker. I have seen one once in real life. I've been trying to get her to come to my feeder. I cannot seem to do it yet. They're a lot larger than the birds that come to my feeder usually, besides the doves. But I love their colors, and I was so surprised that I grasped the proportions so well almost immediately when it came to this bird. It did not take me a very long time. I think this one took me about 6 minutes, which was kind of crazy because I was kind of concerned that I wasn't going to have enough footage, because after the first bird, I was going quicker and quicker and quicker with each bird. And yeah, which isn't necessarily a problem. It was good that I was drawing quickly because I didn't have a lot of time to do this, but I was also a little bit worried. But the only thing that I would change if I could do this again is that the eye rotation is not quite correct, which is so minuscule, I know, but it bothered me the second that I noticed I messed it up. But otherwise, I really enjoyed just scribbling in all the little like dark spots. It's a very high contrast bird because of these dark like little cheeks and a little stripe on the breast, and these very dark spots all over the chest. I just think they're so cool. And their sound is kind of funky, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate a funky little bird. But I had a lot of fun drawing it. It was just nice and easy. It was very chill. I don't know what about these bottom birds was so easy to do for me, but I think it might be the fact that they're lighter, so getting their different shades was easier for me to do than for the birds that were majority darker colors, because I had to do marker and then go and scribble over in order to get the colors that I desired. Hello? That was crazy. And for final touches, I'm just using that marker to deepen up the black parts of the bird, and using the brush pen, kind of the weight of the brush pen, to make those little spots. Even though they're like asymmetrical, I kind of prefer that. I'd rather them look more organic than like perfectly circled, because they're not in real life. And then after I get these little spots done, I'm going to run over my ballpoint pen one more time and deepen up any areas that need a little extra shading or texture. And I'm gonna like alternate my hatching. I don't have an actual technique for this, but I don't mind the way that I do it. I tend to follow the shape rather than doing a perfect diagonal hatch back and forth. And I think it works, because look at that. It's working. Clearly it's working. You know, it's working. Next up, I'm doing a grouse. I cannot for the life of me remember which kind of grouse it is. I just know it's a male because he's got like big fluffy feathers and like all his colorful plumage and stuff out. But I started off with the biggest, broadest shapes I could see, which was the chunky wings, the large chest, and the very fanned out tail feathers. I just had to look it up because I could not remember what the prompt was for this one, but it was coniferous forest. And I just want to look it up, birds of the coniferous forest, because I didn't want to think about it real bad. And I chose the grouse because I hadn't really drawn anything like them. They're almost chicken-like, which I don't tend to lean towards birds like that because their proportions are usually a little bit funk, and they're not as predictable, and therefore they're harder for me. The entire time I was fighting the head and kind of like neck proportions, and unfortunately I made the head a little bit too big and the chest not wide enough. So it looks just like a regular chicken, a little fluffier chicken. which was not the point. And I tried to fix it by adding more marker, and I tried to fix it by adding more pen, and I think I just wound up overdoing it by the end of this. And you can see I kind of immediately was giving up because my like scratchy hatching in quotations was a lot looser. It was basically like doing squiggles rather than actual hatching lines. I did like what I did with the marker here though, because I think it was a lot easier to get the darker parts of those feathers, because they had like essentially layered white and dark feathers, and I think that the marker did that well. I just don't think I executed the rest of it as well as that one portion. So I just wound up going in and doing chunky ass color because I just want to get this over with and get her out of my face. And it takes a while for me to get it done because I just keep on touching it and I won't leave it alone. And I don't know why I do that sometimes. I just get really frustrated. But I do wish that I had a little bit more patience and maybe... yawning again. I'm wishing I didn't rush it. Even though this one took me the longest out of all of them, I feel like I was rushing, and that's why everything didn't work out. Because I was over it the second I finished the initial sketch because I knew it was wrong. So I was just annoyed. But it's okay. It's okay. I try to save it with more and more ballpoint pen. I don't think it works. I try to save it with more marker. I don't think it works again. In the end, it just looks like a really, really fluffy, chunky chicken. And unfortunately for the grouse, that's what it's gonna have to be. I do like their fluffy feet though. That's cute. But I just, let's move on. Oh my god. See, I had to do damage control with the white pen, and I think it made it worse, so that I just kept touching it too much. Like, look how much I can't. OMG, OMG, our Lord and Savior, the Mourning Dove. She is the final prompt for this week of fucking birdtober. This is the basic non-breeding plumage. I don't know why I specifically chose the Mourning Dove. I think I just wanted something very simple and classic and cutie, and they don't have super duper intense plumage. It's like their colors do get very vibrant when they're males, but I chose to reference a ladybird, and oh my god, I just think she came out so cute and fluffy. I have mourning doves in my feeders, and I love watching them. They are so much braver than my collared doves for some reason. Like, those ones are so skittish when they're much larger, but the mourning doves are they're just very friendly, and they are not afraid of me, which I appreciate. But there wasn't too much going on. I just think something about these lighter color birds I was just really able to lock in because I wasn't laying down marker. I think the marker was my enemy in this, and if I had just gone in with maybe something slightly lighter rather than that intense dark gray marker, I think it would have worked as well as, like, I think it would have worked, hello words, I think the other birds would have worked as well as these few did, like the flicker, like the sparrow, like the mourning dove. But I'm just doing my little squiggles, my little hatchy scratchies once more. This one I'm very highly considering turning into a print just because it's so simple, but it's very, very cute and sleek. And I just want it in my home because she's very cute. And the fact that it's just a sketch is kind of awesome to me, and the fact that I didn't use any pencil is very awesome to me because I am queen of an undo button. I'm queen of erasing and starting over. So this has all been a very good practice for being okay with mistakes, even though I'm still annoyed and frustrated with them most of the time. Letting myself fuck up and letting myself just have to deal with it. Like, just sit in the discomfort of it not being perfect. Alright, stinkies. That is it. Clearly I have been inked. Let me show you the full spread. Alright, so this is the full spread. There's an acorn woodpecker, a white-crowned sparrow, an Anna's hummingbird, northern flicker, lyrebird. I don't remember which kind of grouse, but then a mourning dove. These are the first week of birdtober. Let me get you a little closer look. You can see, like, some birds I was really locked in, and some I had a harder time figuring out the shapes. The only ones where I'm, like, kind of disappointed are the grouse and the acorn woodpecker, but, like, to be fair, This one was my first one, and then I kind of just like figured out how I wanted to draw. I went in with marker first with this. The rest were ballpoint pen first for the most part, so I think that just worked better. This one, I just couldn't get the head and neck ratio right. I think the chest is a little too small, so just proportion-wise, it's not correct. Really, really big fan of the Mourning Dove, Flicker, and the Sparrow. And I might even throw one of these in there, but definitely these three are my my top favorite. These little ones that are kind of more pen heavy, so I think I'll do that next time. Hi, it's me again. I know there's a lot behind me. I know I'm aware that it's quite the mess. I was supposed to clean up before this video, but I kind of just didn't want to do that. And so now we're dealing with the consequences of my actions or lack thereof. I'm gonna show you the spread now. Oh, BT dubs. This is the first page in this massive sketchbook. Like first pages now. I didn't expect to do that, but can I just show you? This is alcohol marker. Where's the fucking bleed through? I got suggested this ages ago. Have had it for a while now. I really didn't believe them when they said that it held marker well. I'm gonna fucking promote this. This is the Crescent Creative Sketchbook. The fucking 8x11 one or whatever. This is heavy alcohol marker in dark gray. Like nothing. I could draw on this other side and not have an issue. I'm actually ecstatic. I'm losing my mind at how good it is. Sponsor me, please. I will rave about you forever now. I didn't know, I wasn't aware of your game. Back to the birds. Cause I did birdtober. Some of these, really good. Some of them, not so much. But you win some, you lose some. Really, really happy with the fact that I could knock this out. And it didn't even take that long. It was like maybe 2 hours of drawing, which I feel like I desperately needed just some time to just not think about anything. Like I just needed a moment. And I know it was 2 hours of a moment, but it was very helpful, and I'm glad I took the time. I think everyone, from what I'm seeing, is going through a period of burnout and just severe anxiety. Maybe it's September. Maybe it's our administration if you're in the US. Anyway, we're all going through it and we can do this together. So, do me a freaking favor and drink some water, take care of your mind, take your meds, and I'll see you in the next freaking video. Or guess what? We draw some birds. We draw some birds. My favorite thing in the world. So, until next time.